John. Abdul speaks for himself so eloquently and simply and powerfully, but Abdul has been a MOVE supporter, since before the MOVE 9 were arrested. When I first met Abdul like 16 years ago, I was very intimidated by his directness and his strength and all of that, until I realized that he has a heart that is equal to his strength and ferocity, that balances it all out. So it's a pleasure to bring Abdul up to speak about the evidence in the case.
One of the things I was looking up in having this internet and all this stuff and whatnot, is the whole idea of the destruction of the house of MOVE. There was an issue in law, they called it spoliation. And spoliation means that is a thing that deals in regards to the destruction of evidence in a case and whatnot, and it says that when a person destroys destroys evidence, the assumption is that the reasoning for them doing so is because that evidence isn't to their advantage and whatnot, And so this is what we have in the case of the MOVE organization. And one of the things that I had to look at then is I looked at the Black Panther Party in Chicago with Fred Hampton. Yeah. They went in on them and they murdered Fred Hampton, Mark Clark, and wounded a number of people and whatnot, And they brought false charges against them and all these things and whatnot, and were going to prosecute them on these charges. But the house was not that Fred Hampton was in was not destroyed. So the community went to the house, and as a result of the claims that was made by the police, when they saw that it didn't happen that way, and they compelled the federal government to do an investigation. And in the investigation, they found that contrary to the claim of the gun battle that lasted 10 to 12 minutes with the Black Panther Party, that in fact there was only one shot possibly fired by the Black Panther Party. And that all of the other stuff, all of the other bullets that were shot came from outside. So I'm saying it's as a result of this, those people were discharged and whatnot, and the case was dropped. And I'm saying that this government, in seeing this thing transpire, took it upon themselves that, they don't leave evidence as they did with that house back in Chicago. With the MOVE organization, they knew that it was necessary for them to destroy the house. I'm saying, in regards to spoliation doesn't just pertain to such as the house. I was looking over some of the records of the things that transpired. There was a hearing before Judge Glancy that took place at the House of Correction. And while they were going in there, there was a post-mortem report that a doctor came in, Catherman, he was bringing it into the court. And as he was bringing it into the court, he saw Wilhelm Nauer, who was the district attorney at that time. And it said in the article that he pointed out to Wilhelm Nauer that there were 3 places where it said left that it was supposed to in fact say right. And Wilhelm Nauer then took a pencil and marked on this evidence, changing the thing. I'm saying that the issue that was at hand, that was supposed to be a discrepancy in, was about the trajectory of the bullet, which would show that MOVE did or did not kill James Rand. And I'm saying that Wilhelm Nauer tampered with this evidence. I'm saying that, and then at the same time, if he made a discrepancy on a post-mortem report, why would he not corrected that before he got to the courtroom? How does he, at this point in time, remember that something is supposed to be contrary? It's because Nauer told him that doesn't suit our interests and it has to be changed. That's all it amounts to. I'm saying that these people, the only strength that they have is the weakness that they implement into us. I'm saying that they just do these things right in front of our very eyes, and we allow and permit them to go on. The only problem is not them, because they are who they are. The problem is us. We have got to understand. Now we're going into this thing now that we have all these examples brought before us because of social media and video filming. But I'm saying the MOVE organization was standing and dealing with this system when it wasn't obvious, it wasn't as understandable and clear as it is now. I'm saying they stood by themselves, and they did so because nobody would stand with them. On May 13th, when they dropped that bomb, that was because those people were saying that those people inside that house were innocent, didn't receive a fair trial. And I'm saying when they destroyed the house, they didn't give MOVE a fair trial. They said that they went in and they cleared and they brought out the evidence. They didn't bring anything out. Just like when you're on the street, they say anything you say can and will be used against you. Anything they went in their house and got was something that they could use against them. And I'm saying there wasn't even anything of the nature to be used against them. I'm saying that this government, on May 13th, as a result of them speaking of the innocence of the MOVE members presently in jail, dropped the bomb on them. Dropped the bomb when, I'm saying that they dropped the bomb on this day. There was the order that they were coming there for was something that was signed by an emergency judge. It was talking about some bickering that the police would have. But I'm saying at the same time, this government had been pre-planning to drop this bomb for over 3 months. It wasn't something that just happened at that moment. It's something that they had planned to do. It was obvious that they planned to do it. Everything indicates they were doing it. I'm saying, and it was because of the issue that was a correct issue about the innocence of those people. I'm saying that I came upon MOVE and I saw them and whatnot, and I saw MOVE as what I needed because I was in a situation dealing with these police and they were, every time. I ain't never heard them tell the truth. Even when the truth is appropriate, they still lie. They just liars. They just crooks. They just criminals. And I'm saying this whole thing of spoliation is a crime that they committed against MOVE, the destruction of the house. And one of the things too, in the same article that was in the paper, it speaks of a policeman, Robert Hurst. He said that MOVE at one point fired, and in fact, no, let me tell you what I heard him say in court. He said that he heard babies cry, and he emptied his gun into the corner where he heard the babies crying. And he also said that he heard the water was sprayed into MOVE's house, and that about 10 to 15 shots came back out. And I'm saying he said that they, most of them hitting the tree. I'm saying they destroyed the tree. They also said that they went in the house and MOVE was shooting up through the floorboard at them. They destroyed the floorboard. I'm saying each and everything they could have confirmed and validated the things that they claimed that was happening, they destroyed. They destroyed it because it was not in their interest. I'm saying that this is a crime against us. And the fact and the idea of us just sitting back and allowing this to happen, I'm saying this thing right now, this place should be packed and whatnot, I be going through things and whatnot, you feel as though the whole world can't be wrong and I'm right. But I'll be damned if that ain't the case. I'm saying these things and I'm doing, I don't, and the idea of coming to meetings and it's like this and whatnot, I don't enjoy this and whatnot, but I'm saying irregardless and nevertheless of these things, I am doing what is right. I am doing what everybody needs to do. I am taking a position that's proper, that's honest, and correct. I'm saying the only guilt that the MOVE organization has is the fact that they wouldn't sit down because when the MOVE organization, as far as I knew, was first formed, this wasn't their aim. But it was because of the way that the police came down on them. And the murdering of Life Africa was one of the things that projected everything into what it was because they weren't going to sit back and allow these things to happen. I'm saying you see on these videos and whatnot how these women and whatnot are just beaten by police and whatnot. And everybody just gotta sit idly back and watch this shit happen and can't do a goddamn thing. Well, I'm saying the MOVE is an organization that said fuck that and stood up against these people, stood up against them in spite of the fact that they had to stand up against them alone. I'm saying that there's nothing incorrect about standing up on your own. One of the things too, on August 8th, when Delbert came out of the house, the police commissioner, when it was asked about the beating, because the beating was filmed, said that he came out with a knife and something or another, and a carbine, a cartridge. All right, but there was somebody who was in one of the buildings who took the picture, because the picture of Delbert with his hands out being assaulted by the cops, came out the next day. They didn't even know that this film existed. I'm saying, and it caught them in a lie. I'm saying we go constantly. We catch them in lies. I'm saying they are made to be lies. They're seen as being liars. The whole thing about that woman Bland who will live on forever, and the fact of the position that she took and what she went through. I'm saying that they are forever lying. They never told the truth. They came to America. They came here. They were buying this land. They bought it for as cheap as a handful of trinkets and beads. They was buying some of the land. But in spite of that, they just continued to ravage these people. They made hundreds of treaties with the Indians. Hundreds of them. And can you tell me how many they kept? Not one. I'm saying they ain't never told the truth. They ain't nothing but liars and whatnot. You know, when we're going through this thing, we're dealing with a system. They don't know how to make things work right. All they know is war. All they know is injustice. All they know is unfairness and whatnot. And we can't, you know, this is going to bring about the demise of us. We have to stand up, we have to do something, and we have to understand that those people in the past who have done things and are still being subjected, you know, like Geronimo Pratt and all the others around and whatnot, you know, you are going through this suffering and whatnot, you know, we need to get ourselves right, and the MOVE organization has set a proper and understanding example. And how much time I got left? You know, so with all the things that are going on, we need to understand, you know, just what it is that this system is against the MOVE organization. The idea that they're holding them in jail for 30 years, they gave them a 30-year sentence, and now it's been 37 years. And then I'm saying that these people are acting like they hold the high ground in this situation. I'm saying, understanding the fact that the house was destroyed. The house was destroyed, and there's no way that they could have gotten a fair trial. In fact, one of the things I was doing too, I was looking for, I think they call it the opinion, or what is it, when the judge makes, you know, says that he disregarded the destruction of the house, doesn't he have to write, he writes a summary or something on it. I don't know what the term is, but there's no, I can't find this situation as to what he said for the reasoning for legitimizing his destruction of the house, because finally there is none. I mean, see, we be believing, we be waiting upon these people to give us direction and whatnot, you know, but I mean, we be, you know, people be talking about the Constitution is so great, is this, that, and the other. I'm saying the Constitution ain't shit. You know, I'm saying the whole idea when they say you have the right to bear arms, they say you have the right to bear arms because somebody is coming down on you with arms and you're helpless. Same situation we in. I'm saying all of the things, they came here saying that they were trying to escape religious persecution and all the persecution and all of those very same things that they were trying to escape are the things they are now implementing and putting upon us now. They don't have no solution. They don't have any direction. You know, they don't deal with fairness. They don't, you know, they don't deal with honesty. And, you know, the prison system and whatnot is not, actually is an industry that they use, you know, to create jobs for their nieces and nephews. Because Greenberg was Doug Mumia's the prison out, said it was Progress Drive. I asked him why. Said because this was a old coal town, and for us this is progress. I'm saying they are losing jobs. They don't know how to maintain and keep people employed and working and whatnot, and share the wealth. And this is the situation they come. I'm saying that this prison. I mean, so if they don't get enough prisoners, they create another law to enable them to get, you know, to bring people in. They'll say that, you know, what marijuana is no longer and whatnot, you know, it's no longer illegal. You know, they'll say, if need be, they'll say coffee isn't legal and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? That they do these things just to fill up the prison because it's an industry for them, because they don't know how to deal in a situation of well-being, in a situation of harmony and whatnot, you know. I think I gotta pull the plug on me.